Hi, I'm Winston W, here today for a new series review. Let's get into it! Okay, so today I will review the episodes 7 and 8. I have reviewed the previous episode in other videos, link in the description on the card. The episode 6 was more of a filler. It didn't make the story really progresses, even though I liked it a lot. Episode 7 starts with the Mando in space receiving a message from Greef Karga. He tells him that the town has been overrun by Imperial troops, led by the guy that wants Baby Yoda, and he requires his help. Karga proposes to use Baby Yoda as a bait in order to kill the client and to liberate the town. In exchange, he will square things with the guild so he won't chase after him anymore. The Mando likes the idea, but he's not sure if Karga can be trusted, so he asks Cara and Quill to help him. Quill has fixed and reprogrammed the AG-11. Yes, they brought back the droid. I like it. The Mando has been extremely traumatized by the killing of his parents by droids. Even though the AG-11 is reprogrammed, he doesn't trust it at all. This flaw he has can be an interesting feature for his character development. I have the feeling that they will put him in situations where it's gonna be a real problem, and soon I guess. Once back to the planet, Karga and other mercenaries are attacked during the night by some kind of little dragons. After searching for it on the internet, they are called Mynock. I don't remember seeing this kind of creature before. Karga is beaten by one of them and is poisoned, but Baby Yoda saves him with the Force. Later, they are all facing the town. Karga kills the mercenaries and admits that his plan was to kill the Mando and take the child. But it can't be the idea of selling the child that saved him. So they make up a plan and pretend that Karga has captured the Mando, while Quill brings back the child to the ship. They meet with the client and realize that there are many more stormtroopers than Karga said. It was quite funny to see them panicking internally after seeing all the soldiers around them. The client receives a call from a guy called Moff Gideon, whose troops open fire on them, even on the client who dies. Gideon, aka Gustav Fring, arrives and boasts that the child will be in his possession soon enough. His arrival is a very classic bad guy entrance, with his black ship landing very slowly. Then he goes out of the top very slowly again, in a very Imperial way. The Mando calls Quill and tells him to hurry. Two scout troopers and speeders track the child. Quill is almost to the ship, and all of a sudden you see the child on the ground wrapped up. And I was like, what the fuck? What happened? And then you see Quill on the ground with his back smoking. The troopers leaving the area with the child. The ending of the episode was a goddamn big ass cliffhanger. Jesus, they made us wait for 1 week and a half for the next episode after that. Anyway, in the last episode we get to see the two scout troopers that just capture the child. A funny scene follows, and one of them is very curious and wants to see the child. I think the series even made fun of the fact that troopers have very bad aiming. You know that moments when they try to shoot a piece of junk, they always miss. I wanted the one eating the child to die so bad. Freaking asshole. Then the IG droid comes around to get the child back. The scouts get killed in a pretty brutal way, and the droid takes the speeder and goes back to town with Baby Yoda. The others are still trapped inside the building, and Gideon reveals that the Mando real name is Din Djarin. We get to see an epic and emotional flashback of Din's past when he has been rescued by the Mandalorian's crew. In the meantime, the IG droid drives full speed ahead into the town, shooting every soldier on his way like a madman. God, I love that droid, he's such a badass. With the help of the droid, they get the best of the Imperials, but Gideon manages to warn the Mando by shooting in the generator of the E-Web blaster. It explodes and knocks out the Mando to the ground. They all retreat inside the building, and when the flame trooper tries to burn them, Baby Yoda uses the Force to repulse the fire and kill a soldier. Cara, the child, and Karga escape in a sewer, leaving the Mando and the droid behind. Din is ready to sacrifice himself to save the child and the others, since he is unable to move after getting hurt. Like I said before, his fear of droids will be a problem at some point. IG-11 wants to hear him, but he refuses in the first place, still thinking that droid will never help him. It removes his helmet and we finally see his face for the first time. The droid heals him with some kind of fluid. What a convenient medicine, really. They catch up with the others and eventually make their way back to the Mandalorian hideout. All of the soldiers of the Creed have fled or have been killed, except the armorer. She photos Mudhorn skull signet on his armor and tells him that from now he has to take care of the shard until he can go back to his people. They mention the Jedi, which the Mando called sorcerer. I thought that was quite funny. I guess it means that Baby Yoda has been trained to the Force and he has been taken from the Jedi. They take munitions for their weapon and Din even finally gets his jetpack. The group takes a boat on the lava river, but troopers are waiting for them at the exit, and IG-11 is ready to fulfill his mission by self-destructing himself and taking them all out. The Mando is attached to that droid now and tries to convince him to not do it. It was sad, haha. I guess that's why the episode is called Redemption, I think. Once at the exit they get attacked by Gideon in a TIE fighter. That's the moment when Din finally uses his jetpack. He hooked the chip and puts a bomb on it, and then the TIE fighter crashes. I like that fight a lot. He always finds a smart way to take out his enemies. After that they part ways, the Mando and the kid leaves Karga and Dune behind. There is a parallel between the moment when the Mando and the kid fly away with his jetpack and the flashback scene when Din is rescued by a Mandalorian. I said it before, but now it's more than obvious. The Mando recognizes himself in the shard and he wants to save him the same way he has been saved. They bury Quill, rest in peace, soldier, and they leave the planet with the chip. What a cute father and son duo they are making. Meanwhile, Gideon is not dead or even injured. He cuts his way through with a lightsaber. I didn't recognize the dark saber at first. I wasn't sure what it was. How did he get it? Gideon seems to know a lot about the Mandalorians. That saber is supposed to be the one of the first Mandalorian Jedi. How did he get his hand on it, really? I guess we will know in the next season. That character seems to be pretty interesting, and I'm curious to know more about his past. The actor is perfectly fitted to play bad guys like that. It's already finished, I'm a bit sad, I like the series a lot. It's very comforting and welcome after that awful Star Wars movie. For me, the best scene is the TIE fighter scene. I loved it. I was waiting for the moment when the Mando would finally use the jetpack, and I wasn't disappointed. And what a pleasure to see and hear a TIE fighter. Always brings back the good memories. Once again, I don't have any worse scene to mention. I never feel bored. I still rate the series 9 out of 10. It has been a true pleasure. The music, the story, and the CGI are all good. Like I said before, I was afraid that the series might get stuck in a format. I had the feeling that each episode would be in a different place, with a new adventure, but in these two last episodes they got out of this format, and we get an adventure through 2 episodes. I think they have set a strong structure for the next season. I really want to know what will happen next. I've grown attached to the 2 main characters, the Child and the Mando. They are making such a great, lovable clan of 2. I wonder if we will see the group of young Padawans that Luke trained. I wonder if we will see Luke or Leia. Maybe Baby Yoda comes from the group that Luke trained. Imagine how crazy it would be if at the end of their journey they include Luke in the story. Or even other characters from the Last Jedi movies. Even though I don't like them that much, I still like some of the characters. So if you are a Star Wars fan, I strongly encourage you to watch it. It's really worth it. I will review the next season for sure, and I hope it goes out as soon as possible. So stay tuned. Alright, that's all for me today. Leave a like, comment and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my music channel and to follow me on social media. You can also find me on pretty much all digital platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, and so on. All links in the description below. Okay, stay tuned, see you next time!